Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this Thursday morning, September 1st, the weekend before Labor Day. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to make you successful currency traders. We do that by teaching you how to trade using our proprietary trading indicator, which has been around for almost a quarter of a century and proves to be highly accurate. And we think the best way to learn currency trading is to be taught by someone who already knows how to do it. They can expedite your learning and make it more efficient and effective. With that, we have probably a dozen different strategies that you could trade off using the indicators. The one that I will be using this morning is something called the 10-point trade, where basically we're trying to get all the lines to line up, and we do that. So let's just go ahead and get going. We're going to start first by listening to this guy, and then we'll go.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advanced written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades, and that does a couple different things for you. One, it's a teaching moment whereby you get to see an experienced and successful trader trade and learn how they do their analysis. And second, that gives you an opportunity to validate that, hey, these tools work. He's able to do it. I should be able to do it. And when you become part of the program, we do multiple live trades a day. There's a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. Tends to be a little scalp trade. There is another trade at 6 p.m., which is a long-term trade. He's typically going for between 30 and 50 pips. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, it's morning time in Australia, so they're trading the Australian market, and they're generally going for 10 pips or greater there. Plus, there's additional paid sessions and continuous training on Wednesday evening and Saturday morning. So we are constantly working with you to keep you sharp, keep you accountable, keep you focused. With that, I work off of a checklist. That checklist allows me to, it's a little bit like a pilot's checklist. I make sure I go through my routine every day. First is to make sure my green charts and MetaTrader 4 are working and connected. And it is good habit to turn the green chart on and off every day. I've done that before we've come on. At the end of every day, it is good to review your trades for the day, and specifically the ones that didn't go the way you thought they should, and try to figure out why they didn't go. Sometimes you do everything right and they don't, but sometimes you make a mistake, and when you go back and audit, you'll notice that mistake, and then make a mental note of it so that you don't continue to repeat it. As we are technical traders, our indicators are very good at picking up the price action movement and predicting where the market's going to go. News does impact currency. We want to know what that news is so we can trade around it. And specifically, I am interested in red events. So I'm going to go to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news items down into yellow, which are kind of low impact, orange, which are medium impact, and red, which are high impact. And typically, I want to be out of a trade. I do not want to be holding a trade 2 hours before whatever the news event is. I find that sometimes the news starts creeping into the price 2 hours beforehand. So I don't want to deal with that. So if my account is clean at that time, we don't have to deal with it. Unemployment claims recently have been, even though they've categorized it as an orange, it has been having been moving the market a little bit. So we are within 2 hours of this. So we need to be a little more careful when we are taking this. If we take something with the USD. So other than that, we've got a clear day. And then tomorrow morning, there's a bunch of items. So let's go ahead and get going. Tomorrow, by the way, the day before a holiday, it's going to be slow. So, I wouldn't trade after 10 a.m. Tomorrow. So with that, let's get going. On the technical analysis, as I said, the trade we're using is the 10-point signal. And I'm going to start by trying to find a setup on the 1 hour chart. And basically, I'm looking for a minimum of 7 points with 3 points from the majors, at least 3 points from the TNTs, and 1 point from the pressure. So let's go ahead and do that. This chart is one of the standard charts that you have, the Light 6 Major, which shows us 6 different currency pairs, all on a 1 hour candle. On a 1 hour candle, I can typically a trade is going to be worth between 5 and 35 pips. And I am looking, I'm going to start with the middle section of the chart, and I am looking for scenarios where these lines are either above the horizontal blue line, which is the overbought line. So if we are overbought, that is a good time to sell. Or where the lines are below the horizontal red line, which is the oversold line. When the lines are down here, the market's oversold. That is a good time to buy. And specifically what I am looking for is when we're oversold, I want the lines pointing up. When we're overbought, I want the lines pointing down. And then I am going to try to get a piece of the run as it oscillates between overbought and oversold. So you see, had I caught this trade up here, I could have picked up 13 pips as it moves between when we get the signal here and as it's running down through the channel. So here on the Australian USD, we are just reaching oversold. Here on the AUD Euro USD, we're just reaching oversold. Pound USD just reaching oversold. US Canadian dollar, it's turning in the middle of the channel. USD Swiss franc, we're just reaching overbought, and USD yen is just reaching, is kind of midway through the channel, more than halfway. I will consider, and I'm defining halfway as where the green line is of the majors. So the red and green line are the major indicators. The black and gray line are the minor indicators. Can I pick up 10 pips if taking a trade when it's midway through the channel? Yes, I can. But according to my trade rules and trade plan, I want to catch it when it's down here and take the run through here. I want to get in and out of the trade as quick as I can, and get at least 10 pips. If I can't get 10 pips, it's not worth it. And if I can do that 2 or 3 times a day, I'm going to make very good money. So to me, I don't like this. I do like. It's pulling back a little bit. Let's see what else there is, but maybe we come back to this. So basically, what I've done is I've cloned this chart and put other non-US pairs on it. On that first chart, typically, if you don't have one, you're not going to have any of them. Which is what we just saw, because all of them have the U.S. dollar in it. Euro pound, we're overbought, going up. Australian dollar, yen, we're oversold, still going down. This isn't a good time to trade the Australian dollar yen because it's evening time there. I want to trade when at least one of the pairs are morning time. Euro Canadian dollar, we're 3/4 of the way through the channel, going down, and here again, this is a nice signal. See how all the lines are clustered, and there's an excellent slope on the green line. So it's if you think of 45 degrees as this is like more than 45 degrees. So maybe that's 80 degrees, whereas straight up and down would be 90 degrees. So this is a nice setup here. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, minors have turned, the majors are still going down. I want everybody going in the same direction. A pound yen, everybody going down, just reaching over souls. Euro Australian dollar, we've got conflict, majors going up, minors going down, so nothing there. I don't have to look at the rest of the indicator if I don't have what I want off of the majors. So my analysis will start with the majors and then extend to the TNTs and go back to the pressure, but I don't need to do the other parts if I don't have the first part of it. So Canadian dollar yen, we're oversold. Everybody's going up, and I have what's known as the double cross, where the green line is crossed over the red and the gray line is crossed over the black. So I've got 3 points here. We have 3 points here. I'm going to jump up to the TNTs and count how many of the lines are supporting what I see in the majors and minors. The other thing I also like here is, if you notice, there's a little kink in the green line where I'm going from less steep to more steep. So I like when we're going from less steep to more steep. That makes the signal a little stronger. The orange lines are directional. So when the 2 orange lines are going up, that's telling me buy. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is coming down, that means buy. So all 4 of these are telling me buy. So supporting this, I need at least a minimum of 3 out of the 4 telling me buy. And I have down pressure. I want the pressure either going up or I want the green line on top. And the green line is just about to go on top, but hasn't quite done it yet. So we're going to hold off on this, but that's, I'm going to write it down. We might come back to it right at the end and see if the line is crossed. But I want the green line on top to get a point here. And what's going on is each of these signals is measuring something a little different. And if I can get agreement across all three sections, that gives me the highest probability of the move going in the direction that I want. So I don't have that yet. So let's keep going and see if we find something else. Euro New Zealand dollar. We are midway through the channel. Pound New Zealand dollar. It started to go into the channel, and both the majors and minors have turned. New Zealand yen. We're reaching oversold. New Zealand USD. We are reaching oversold. Euro Swiss franc. Miners are oversold and overbought and are starting to turn. Majors are just reaching that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the fourth pair. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. We are just about reaching oversold. Swiss franc yen, we are again reaching oversold. Euro yen, we have reached oversold. The majors are starting to turn. The minors are still going down. Pound, Australian dollar, again just reaching oversold. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Majors are overbought. Minors are overbought. Majors are just reaching there. And the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. We are in the channel, but a little bit more than halfway. So we have just gone through 24 pairs and really didn't find anything that I liked. What we're going to do now is, as I said, we've got a dozen different signals. So I'm going to use another signal and see if we find something using the other signal. This other signal is a scalp trade that's good for 5 pips. And it's good when we are at the top of the hour with less than 5 minutes left. Right now we have 12 minutes till the candle changes. Still not quite there yet on the yen, Canadian dollar yen. So we'll hold off. Just taking one more quick peek. Nope. And nope. Well, this one is interesting. USD yen. So we are just at the halfway point with the green line. So the green line is what I'm using to measure how far the move is. Everybody's going up. There's terrific steepness. I like how steep the green line is. Again, that's close to 90 degrees, or not 90 degrees, 80 degrees. The lines are clustered. That makes it even a little bit better. I've got all 4 here. I've got down pressure. I've got down pressure here. I want up pressure. The one thing I do like about this is the green line is sloped up, but it hasn't crossed over yet. It hasn't crossed over yet. Could I have taken this trade, say, just off of what I'm seeing off of the majors, yes, it was good for, I don't know how many pips that is, but let's see. You know, that's 19 pips there. Could have gotten 20 pips off of that. But again, I've got a specific set of trading rules. I don't need to be trading all the time. And part of my trading rules are to protect against losses. And when I get the three things that I'm looking for out of the 10-point trade, I've got the highest probability of not taking a loss. But the steepness here is like, this to me is terrific. When you see this, when you see a nice steep slope line like this. All right, so we didn't see anything using the 10-point trade. I am going to now use something called the thick orange line trade. Thick orange line trade basically looks to see what this thick orange, what this thick orange line is doing. And the thick orange line is a scaled number. So when this line is as low as it can go, it is at 0. When it is at 0, it's telling us, well, hey, I don't think there's any more down in the movement. If there's no more down in the movement, then that's a good time to buy. However, again, it goes back to, I want a trade that has a high probability of doing what I expect it to do. So I want something else that confirms, yeah, there's no more down in the movement. And how I'm going to do that is by taking a look at what the majors and minors are doing. And basically, I want to see all 4 of these lines well below the red line, specifically the red line. I want this red line to be at least where the green line is now, and maybe even a little bit lower. So when I have condition 1, this is at 0, and condition 2, all 4 lines are below the horizontal red line, I've got a good trade that's worth 5 pips. And again, when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour. So let's go through and see if we can find one. So this needs to be 0 or 10, and or within 1 point of either end. And then I'm going to look and see where my majors and minors are. So Euro USD 1.3, that isn't 0 or 10. Pound USD 0.26, that is within a point of 0, but again, my majors and minors aren't in the right spot. This is telling me there's more down in the movement. So no, 2 isn't close enough. 10, yes, but again, my majors are still in the channel. The green line is into the overbought area, but the red line isn't. So we're going to pass. 7 isn't close enough, so let's keep going. 6 isn't close enough. 0, yes. And my line now, my red line is touching. This is the best we've seen, but it still isn't far enough down. I want this red line on the other side of the horizontal red line. I want the red line for the major on the other side of the horizontal red line. You can see we were at 0 last hour, and at 0, it still went down 19 pips. So when these lines are in the middle of the channel, that's telling me that there's more down movement coming. So this is closer, but still not close enough. 1.6, no. 0.04. So that's within 1. And here the lines are. Here the lines are where we want them to be. They are below the red line. I don't mind. I don't mind that the minors have turned. I'm more interested in what the majors are doing. My only problem here, what do you think it is? It's in the middle of the night in Australia. And what's happening is when this is at zero and these lines are down here, it's like pulling an elastic. There's a little tension there. And when the candle's going to shift, when the candle changes, it's like letting go of the elastic. There's a little snap. And we want to catch that snap. But when there's lower volume, there's a chance we won't catch the snap. So just based on my experience, even though I have this signal, I don't want to take the trade right now, because you can see as we've gotten into nighttime, it's gone flat. So let's keep going. 0.9. So that's within one of zero. And we're oversold. But look at the difference here versus here. This is just over. The red line is just over, where this is like significantly over. I want it to be significantly over. This isn't quite enough for me. I'd like it to be a little bit more, but maybe we'll come back to that. We've got 3 minutes. It's just touching and just like over the top, whereas this guy's clearly over. He's over by what? 3/8 of an inch. Where this guy is he's like a peek through. 0.9, that is within 1 of 10. And it's been there for the last hour. But again, the red line is just touching the blue line. I want it to be on the other side. So let's keep going. Mm, 10, but we're not even close here. They're just entering the channel. 7, no. 5, no. 0, yes. But the majors, the green line is just touching, so that's a no. 0, again. Green line hasn't. The majors are still in the channel, so that's a no. Euro, Swiss franc, 10, that's a yes. And the red line is just touching. I want it to be a little bit more. And one of the things you'll find with the indicators is just follow what they say. And when I mean follow what they say, a lot of times we're anxious, or we want to find that trade, and we want to get in a little bit early, and we assume, it's gonna make that last little turn that I need it to be at. So I'm gonna just jump in beforehand, and I'll get a few extra pips off of it. Don't do that. Just wait till the chart tells you it's a good trade, then take it. You'll never get in at the bottom, and you'll never get out at the top. And if you're trying to do that, that's going to cause unforced errors on your trading. So here we're at 0 and still in the middle of the channel. 1.3 isn't close enough. 1.8 isn't close enough. 5 isn't close enough. 10 is good, but we're in the middle of the channel, and it's actually starting to turn in the channel. So there's less it may come down, but there's less likelihood that we'll get that snap. And again, 10, yes, but we're in the middle of the channel. So we've just gone through 24 pairs twice with 2 different signals, and we have not seen anything that we like. Let's look at that pound JPY. Oh, no. Oh, we might have gotten that here on the, we might have gotten that little 5 pip snap here had we taken this. But I don't like to look back as to what could have been. Ideally on this, some traders will wait till the clock changes and want to see this number change by more than 1. So it didn't. We're at 0.9 and it only changed by a half to 1.4. So I am sorry, gang. We didn't find a good trade, but part of being successful is having the discipline to not force a trade when there's not a trade there. If you've been following my trade results, I'll only take from 2 to 8 trades a day. And I'm just waiting for my setup. And when I see it, I take it. So if you can establish that discipline and come up with a trade plan that you stay consistent to, you will be successful. The indicators work. We demonstrate it every day. So once you understand how to use them, and then you understand good kind of risk and money management, you will be successful at this. And again, one of the best parts of the program is that since you're working with us, you have an accountability partner that will kind of keep an eye on what you're doing and keep you on the right course. We appreciate you, or I appreciate you being here. You're putting in extra effort, and that extra effort will pay off. Have a good holiday weekend. We will not be doing a trade on Monday evening. No Monday evening trade because it's a holiday, and we will pick up again on Tuesday morning at 6:30. Thanks so much. We will see you then. Okay, bye-bye.